welcome to episode 1 of the Don't Suck at Video podcast. I'm Nick LaRovere.
And my name is Joseph Mbah.
We decided to start this podcast together to share what's going on with our businesses and really like our creative-based businesses.
We've felt like this is a good opportunity for us to build upon what we've already decided to do, which is we realized probably about a year ago that one of the reasons why our business felt stagnant is because we were relying on other people to do the jobs that we as business owners should be doing. And one of those things is marketing. And most business owners don't want to be the marketer of their business or do the sales of their business. They want to focus on the more fun things, which is, whatever that main thing is. But really, as a business owner, as far as we've seen, is you have to be the marketing person and the salesperson of your company to get it to at least the first million.
At least get it to a certain point where then the momentum can continue.
Correct.
But then, no one can replace you. I think one of the reasons is you're gonna be the strongest advocate. If you work toward it, you'll be the strongest advocate for your own business. Somebody else is not going to care.
No one can sell your business better than you. And that's one of the things that we've had to learn.
Well, I was going to say, so we want to share things that we're learning just in terms of like general business practices, but then also things that we learn because we do have like various creative-based business stuff that we do. One of those is video, and so we'll get to share insights that we learn about like applications of video and stuff, and then in film as well.
Right. So the podcast is not mainly focused on film production or because there's definitely a lot of aspects of what we're doing that can benefit and be interesting to different kinds of people because like Nick was saying, we do different things. For example, I am not only just a filmmaker, but I'm also an artist. I make music. I dabble in a little bit of acting, and all of these things I'm actually mentioning right now didn't exist a year ago. Right. A year ago, if you ask me, I am a filmmaker. I'm only a video production person. That's all I do. But fast forward a year later, I'm a fitness person. I'm an artist, and I'm also a filmmaker. And that that growth and that evolution came as a result of me realizing, man, the problem in my business, the problem in my dream is me. I'm the problem. And I was watching a YouTube video. This guy, I'm gonna butcher his name, so sorry. His name is Alex Shimozi. I think that's how you say his name. He said that from like 0 to 1 million in revenue as a business, if you haven't hit that range, it really the problem comes down to the entrepreneur. You are the problem of your business. So there's a lot of things that you have to fix within yourself. Yeah. Core beliefs, attributes, or whatever. All those he listed a bunch of different
weaknesses. Right. So I think there's a few different things. One is we're just starting this for us at least bare bones because that was part of the whole idea. We just need to start it. So we weren't going to put too many obstacles in our path to just get this thing started. So we don't have podcast mics. We're using lavalier mics. We're using what we have to do this for
start.
now.
And that has been the philosophy that we both adopted once we made the decision that hey, we need to put ourselves out. We need to be the face of what we're doing. We need to market and sell ourselves on what we're doing. We immediately instinctively say, if we put obstacles, we already don't want to do it. So if we put obstacles in our way to further validate for us the reasons why we shouldn't do it, then we will never do it.
We need a separate space for it.
We need this space of equipment. We need that. For the first thing I started doing, I told myself, you know what, you are not allowed to edit any video or photo you take to post. You take it in the moment and you post it, and that's where I started. And eventually I started editing and all of that stuff. But by then I've already built the habit and I've already gotten into it and I'm comfortable just putting myself out. And funny, I'm gonna take just a little left turn. I was at the gym with my wife Amber the other day, and she called out. She was like, not call out. She was like, "Hey, there's this thing in your video that you posted the other day," and she found it interesting, and I also found it interesting because a year ago I would have been petrified that I had a video of myself on the internet that looked a certain way. I was like, and then now looking at it, I'm like, wow, I literally prevented myself from growing because of so many different things that most people don't notice and most people don't give a crap about. So
it's
that's why we're doing
about
this.
like just going ahead and doing it, and what we're learning as we make ourselves do that in a variety of areas. And like another thing we talked about is sort of embracing discomfort. So the things that you probably don't want to do the most, sometimes those are the things you like.
You need to be
those
doing.
are the things that are your roadblocks, are preventing you from moving forward. So this was one of those for us, and there are other things too. So we're leaning into those things that are uncomfortable for us. And like the self-promotion is a great example. We talked the other day. I said I recorded a video of myself on set. I hate doing it. I still hate doing it every single time. I hope that I never love doing it, like, oh, look at me. But I'll do it to get the word out, but I don't particularly.
I am currently now different. I love doing it. I actually realized.
But it's not an ego thing.
It's not an ego thing. I just love. I realized that one of the growth I did, there was like a whole 2 weeks where I was like really like talking to myself and realized, oh wait, I do love marketing. I love the attention. I love getting attention. I love interacting with customers. I love interacting with strangers. Like one of the things that has changed for me,
interactions.
Like that.
People like the fitness stuff, for example. People being motivated by seeing hard work or what have you. But it can become an ego thing, I think. I don't think that's the case for Joe.
Anything can become an ego thing if you want it to be, honestly. So to kind of...
You can get comfortable and learn to enjoy things that were difficult before.
Correct.
I was just like commenting on someone's post asking about sales, like, oh, I really hate doing the sales and marketing, but I love doing the thing that I do. And I'm just like, you just need to do it. It's like reps in the gym.
Correct.
It's going to suck at first, and it may always be challenging, but the more you do it, the more you get comfortable, the better you'll get, the more rewarding it will become. And then you associate that action and that work with the results that you're getting.
Absolutely. And so speaking of results, just to give so a year ago we started the journey, and where are we now a year later? We have accomplished so much. One of those things is me being comfortable to just put myself out there, and probably the biggest one was being comfortable to just strike up conversation with strangers. I met a guy. There's a guy I know. I talked to him at the gym today. He was the first person that I talked to when I made this decision, and we had a conversation like, yo, look how far you've come since you were like afraid to just talk to people. And from talking to people, I've met some of my best clients to date, just being at the gym and just talking to people, going to Walmart, talking to people. Like, that just is now a natural part of my existence, and it's transformed my business in ways that I couldn't imagine before. So I talk to people physically, online, in any situation that I can get the opportunity to talk to people, I talk.
That's what this podcast is going to be about. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Our thought is, again, not to put an obstacle in our path and, perfectly design, and this is exactly what it's going to be about. Just to share what we have to share, and then, some episodes may be interesting to some people and not to others.
Correct.
And that's cool with us.
Yes, because for us is more, I always tell people, like, I'm not a teacher. I don't claim to be a guru. I am literally trying to figure it out just like everybody else is trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So, but the difference is I want to document and share my journey. And in the formats in the ways that is pleasurable to me. And then if somebody finds value in it, finds it interesting in some way, awesome. If you learn something from my experience, great. If you don't, that's okay. If you're entertained by what the hell I go through, that's awesome equally. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this. And you know,
and personally, I want to do some of the same thing, but I also want to have an opportunity to kind of talk through some things. Sometimes I find it helpful and clarifying to discuss certain topics, you know, like as you talk through things, you kind of are able to boil down the essence of what you learned from something, for example, and that might be stuff that would be helpful to other people or helpful to like put, you know, people who use video or whatever.
Even just for yourself,
and for myself,
you might be going through a particular thing and you might have like maybe 50% of it figured out, but as you start talking and having conversations with someone, it just the rest of it, you know, can click for you. So yeah, so that's
totally.
that is cool. That's what this podcast is about. Is there anything specifically that you're currently working on that you would like to make mention of? And then you know, so what okay, so what are you currently working on that's the most exciting to you? Let's talk about that. And then
actually that's a hard one because there's a lot.
Right, but you gotta pick
happening.
one. You gotta pick one.
Oh geez. Well, I'll just pick one. I'm working on a book trailer right now. I literally have it up. After this shoot is finished, I'm gonna be working on that. And the cool thing about that project is whenever I get a project where I have the opportunity to try out some new techniques, some new things that I haven't done before, it's a great learning opportunity. And so it has been, you know, I usually won't take on a project that I'm trying to learn. There's a certain amount that I should already know how to reasonably know how to do.
Right.
But like if there's like 10-15% that's totally new to me, then it forces me to stretch and learn new things, and it keeps me out of my comfort zone. And then it just means that the next project I do, I mean, not only do we have this thing that we produce that is cool or whatever, helps us get other work, but now I can take those skills and that experience, and now I'm able to expand the pool of what we're able to do even more and do even cooler projects, like just when it comes to movie stuff in particular. So, you know, like no one's gonna hire you to do an action scene if you've never done an action scene before.
Or you gotta prove somehow and shape from that you can do it.
So and that's kind of like an adventure, thriller, action type scene, and it's been fun. Got to do some stuff with vehicles and
So one of the things that I'm currently working on that is really exciting to me is I am working on finishing our talk show called Radiant Conversation. We filmed it about a year ago, and now it's coming down to like the final. Yeah, it's been about a year. So we are like in the final editing stages of it. It's been long editing wise because it's a lot
more than you thought it was going to be, right? Yeah, more episodes,
longer, and it sounds like it should be easy, but it's not easy because you have to like really. It's a lot to go through footage wise, but then when you get down to it, you have to like edit it in a way that it makes the whole show flow well together and makes the host not look
keeps
bad,
you engaged
and keeps the audience engaged and so on and so forth. So I'm really excited to finish that up and show it to the world.
Nice.
I've recorded some snippets and I've posted it online, and I've gotten some like comments and stuff on it that's encouraging. So yeah, that's what I'm currently working on, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah, so a little plug, if you don't know, so that is for our platform, paradoxuniverse.net, which is a streaming service.
And that's one of those things that I'm working on that is really exciting to me that I can't talk about because
another project that has to do with it.
In the next, I'm believing God that in the next few months, I will be able to make an announcement that will be pretty cool when in regards to our streaming service. So.
Thanks for joining us for our first episode of Don't Suck at Video. And
yeah.
Got anything to say, Joe?
What I gotta say to you is keep dreaming. Do not lose your passion. If you're struggling and if things look difficult, just keep going and keep learning, because there's always a way for you to overcome and get to a better place than you are currently right now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, find someone that has more experience than you, and just ask if you can learn from them.
Yeah.
That helps a lot.
It definitely does, but don't give up. If you love what you're doing, keep doing it.